Welcome to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Kansas City's 2021 Youth of the Year virtual event. Thank you for joining us online tonight to hear words of inspiration from some of our outstanding Boys and Girls Clubs youth. We continue to live in challenging times, and unfortunately, that means celebrating our youth virtually this evening instead of in person. But it's important to remember that at its core, tonight is about the kids. Our kids right here in Kansas City who need us now more than ever before. By joining us tonight, you are telling these extraordinary youth that they are important and that they deserve all opportunities for success that we can afford them. Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Kansas City is committed to nurturing the potential of every young person who walks through our doors. Our organizational goal is for 100% of our active club members to graduate from high school with post-secondary plans in place, a goal we have accomplished now for 4 years running. Along the way, we provide resources and opportunities for our members to grow and achieve both academically and socially. Tonight, you will hear from 6 of our brightest stars. The Youth of the Year program celebrates youth who have overcome adversity, demonstrated exceptional character, and have achieved great accomplishments in the clubs, in school, and in the community. And tonight, we will name our 2021 Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Kansas City Youth of the Year, who will receive a $1,000 educational scholarship from Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Kansas City, along with a $5,000 scholarship from our great friends at McCarthy Auto Group. The remaining finalists will each receive a $200 scholarship. Our winner will represent us virtually for the Missouri State Youth of the Year competition, and from there, possibly as far as the National Youth of the Year competition, typically held in Washington, D.C., with the opportunity for up to $50,000 in additional scholarships along the way. Before we hear from our Youth of the Year finalists, I would like to introduce our corporate board chair, Mr. Charles Hunter, who will conduct the board business portion of tonight's program.
Thanks, Dred. Tonight we would like to recognize the contributions of a couple of retiring board members, plus welcome a number of new board members that are joining the organization. We have 3 board members that will be rolling off of the board this year after completing 3 3-year terms of service. Tom Turner, Brad Bottomer, and Mark Larrabee. We would like to thank all of them for their contributions. They all 3 have put in countless hours of time and effort supporting the organization over this period of time. We wish them well in their future endeavors, and we hope that they stay in touch. We also have 6 new board members that are going to be joining the organization, starting their 3-year term this year. Andy Brummel, Abby Eden, Sam Freitag, Mike Lycum, Mary Ann Queen, and Mary Swanson. Finally, I would like to congratulate Damon Bryant, who has been named the incoming board chair of the organization. He will start his term January next year. Congratulations, Damon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hunter. I know you're all anxious to hear from our Youth of the Year finalists, but first, we would like to recognize some special friends who made this evening possible. Thank you to our friends at Toastmasters who have worked tirelessly to help our finalists prepare their speeches and gain the confidence to speak on camera and in front of a crowd. Thank you also to our great friends at JCPenney, who for 8 years running have outfitted all our Youth of the Year finalists. Each candidate visited a local JCPenney store to meet with a personal stylist and pick out the new professional attire you see them in tonight. A special thank you to Representatives Emmanuel Cleaver and Sharice Davids for taking time out of their busy schedules to meet with our candidates and offer them tips for success. And finally, a thank you to Sean Riddle for taking our candidates' headshots and Total TV for the production of tonight's program. And now, it's time to hear from the best representatives of Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Kansas City, the youth themselves. These young people have been preparing for this moment for months, and they've worked really hard to get here. So do me a favor, please. Take a seat, give us your undivided attention, and listen with your heart to their stories. Introducing each of our Youth of the Year candidates will be the recipients of our Corporate Pinnacle Awards, as well as our Corporate and Individual Volunteers of the Year. These companies and individuals have chosen to invest their time and talents with us to provide fuel to our mission, and we are grateful for their generous contributions, partnership, and engagement. Okay, here we go. We're ready to hear from our first finalist, introduced by the recipient of our Corporate Volunteer of the Year, Brenna Smith from Cisco.
I want to say thank you for the ability to be able to partner with such a great organization. We are extremely, extremely fortunate to be part of the impact in our local communities. Part of Cisco's commitment is to ensure that we have our corporate responsibility and sustainability commitment, and the commitment is to make sure that we have some of our local proceeds from our local sales to be able to impact our local organizations, with a 75% portion to be focused purely on the hunger and feeding those in less fortunate areas or different circumstances, and making sure that we have nutritious food available, especially in these local communities. I am pleased to announce the Youth of the Year from the Hawthorne Unit, 16-year-old Aleisa.
It is said that a dream without a plan is just a wish. The club has always been a place for me to dream, but it has also been a place for me to turn those dreams into plans for my future. I've been coming to the club since I was 5 years old. Growing up, I watched my mother raise 4 kids. Being a part of the club saved us. My mom worked at KFC while also attending college trying to earn her associate's degree. The club gave me a chance to change my path. My favorite program at the club would have to be Smart Girls. I love Smart Girls because it was an open environment for girls around my age to express themselves in a safe place. Smart Girls gave me the chance to rebuild my confidence, make the right decisions, and turn me into the young lady that I am today. One person at the club who really made an impact on my life would have to be Miss Monica. When I was first starting at the club, she was a staff member, and then she turned to the unit director. She's been there for me throughout my whole life as someone to get advice from, someone to congratulate me on my accomplishments, and someone to make sure I was okay when I was going through a lot. When I come to the club, I love spending time with my friends and learning new things. I've been on shopping sprees and gotten the chance to meet Chiefs player Travis Kelce. I've been on countless college trips to places such as UCM, Missouri Western, and Iowa State, and I've even gotten the chance to meet real TV actors such as Tyler Hoechlin and Bitsy Tulip. I always try to take advantage of the opportunities and experiences offered here to help me grow at the club. In addition, it is important to give back to the club. 3 days out of the week, I help tutor younger members and always try to make myself available to any staff who may need a little help. I come to the club to better myself, and there has not been a single time that I haven't had the chance to improve my character, my attitude, my grades, or my future. The Boys and Girls Club is so much more than a place I go to after school. I go there because now I can be my goofy, fun, outgoing self around other people. Not only do I get along well with the other members, but I know for a fact that every single staff there believes in me and my future. As the Youth of the Year, the club may be represented by a strong, loyal, and dedicated leader. I'm that leader, and I've shown that with my participation in things such as Fox 4 News' conversation about race. I wanted to try and make a difference for youth like myself by using my voice. When I have to leave the club, I want to be known for making a positive impact. I know I have the potential to make a real difference within the clubs. Everyone has a voice, and I'm ready to put mine to great use as a future civil rights attorney. A dream is nothing without a plan, and the Boys and Girls Club is a part of my plan.
I'm Oscar Healey with Opus, representing the Opus Foundation. We are pleased to volunteer and continue our support of Boys and Girls Club because of the opportunities that it provides to youth in the urban core for both socially and educationally. I am pleased to introduce the candidate from the Thornberry Unit, 14-year-old Sanay.
The more people I lost, the quieter I became. I've lost a lot of people in my livelihood, but the biggest was losing my uncle. When you live in a house seeing his face every day to not seeing it anymore, it took a toll on me. I began to close up, and I wouldn't let anyone in. I would only talk to 2 people in my class and my teacher. My mom saw this and wanted me to have a better opportunity, so she enrolled me in the Boys and Girls Club. I started going to the Boys and Girls Club when I was in 6th grade. To be honest, I did not like coming to the club. The kids are too energetic, and because I was quiet, I didn't make a lot of friends. I found out kids who went to the Boys and Girls Club went to my school. Eventually, they went down to the teen center, and I was all by myself. I felt alone again until we got a new YDP, Miss Naisha. She understood what I was going through and helped me break out my shell. She taught me life lessons that I will use to this day. On February 11th, it was my turn to face the teen center. When I went down there, I was scared. There were a lot of older kids, and I heard a lot of stories about the teen center, and they weren't good ones. But to my surprise, the teens were nice and everybody was chill. They introduced me to the Keystone Club, and it made me feel like I was a part of the club. The Keystone Club is a leadership program where we help raise money to go to a conference at the end of the year. At my club, we decided to create a club store to help us raise money. People would come in and we would talk about their days. I also got to interact with many leaders in and outside of the club. I've also got the opportunity to go on many field trips and see many things most kids haven't. If I could compare my first day to now, I've completely grown as an individual and went from walking in a room and saying nothing to talking to everyone I encounter. I'm not afraid to be myself or be goofy around my peers anymore. When I graduate high school, I will attend Howard University and go into aeronautical engineering so I can pursue my career as a pilot. I've truly appreciate the Boys and Girls Club for helping me find my voice and giving me opportunities that most kids haven't. Thank you.
NASB's long been honored to partner with the Boys and Girls Club. We commit our resources to those organizations that make a meaningful difference in the communities that we live and serve. And the Boys and Girls Club does a terrific job of providing a safe and trusted space for these kids to develop themselves and to become successful contributing members of society. So we are, again, delighted to be a part of this and happy to be here. I'm excited to announce the Youth of the Year from the Independence Unit, 16-year-old Savion.
We was down by 1 point. Morgan shot the mid-range shot and missed. I grabbed the rebound, took it up back up, and made the game-winning shot. All my club mentors rushed the court, and I realized in my 10 past years that I took my education and my learning more seriously. When I first started going to the Boys and Girls Club, I really didn't like it, always getting altercations with other students, until my mom told me that I had to go there because she has to work and make money for us. When I first met Mr. Steve, he introduced me to football and showed me how I can take my aggression on the field instead of out on teachers and other things. I started playing football at Bingham Middle School, and now I play at Christmas High School. And also I play basketball and football. When I first met Mr. Craig, it was during Power Hour, and I was reading my book next. We went to Money Matters, and I really didn't like math. I had a bunch of math homework. So he explained it to me, and so now I'm really good at math, and I really like it. And by my senior year, I want to pursue in being a chiropractor or going into the business or like business world, or I want to be yeah. But thank you for your consideration.
First of all, Dick Sporting Goods would like to thank you for the honor of being considered for this award here today. Boys and Girls Club out of Greater Kansas City and Dick Sporting Goods had a partnership for numerous years here in the past, and it's been a very successful partnership, mainly because I believe we have one of the most common goals. One of the things that Dick Sporting Goods strives for is to instill lessons, life values, and skills into the youth of today. And I know that Boys and Girls Clubs out of Greater Kansas City does that day in and day out, over and over again, as we've seen in our partnership in the past. So again, thank you very much, and we look forward to a very happy 2021. All right, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the Youth of the Year candidate out of the J&D Wagner Unit, 18-year-old Ady.
My grandparents were killed in front of my eyes on my birthday. I then had to become a cartel member against my will. I worked for the cartel for 3 years. And during that time, I saw a lot of killing and violence, and people turned to drugs. I had to deny my family every day and worry about them to make sure they were away from death. My mom didn't want me. My dad disowned me. So I immigrated to Kansas City, Kansas. I ran away often and eventually got placed into foster care. I got placed with a lot of foster parents and a lot of caseworkers. During that time, I started doing drugs, alcohol, and gangs. Now I have a stable foster mom. Her name is Shannon. She's amazing. It was Shannon who first invited me to Boys and Girls Club. First, I was hesitant and I didn't want to go to a Boys and Girls Club at all. I didn't think that somebody will understand me and will support me. I was excited and at the same time stressed because I'm thinking of my future. My life has been hard, but I want to help those kids. One afternoon, I was in the teen center. I had a panic attack. Mr. Mark and a fellow club member came and reassured me that everything was going to be okay. Since that day, I knew that I can trust the Boys and Girls Club. It's like my second family. I can trust every single one of them. And we know my family members is going to be there for each other, even though we have different backgrounds and unique stories. I want to go to K-State. I want to study political science. I want to change the world for a better place. I want to give back to what Boys and Girls Club has done to me. I want to help my community. And I want to make sure that those kids don't feel alone, so they don't have to go what I have done before. So my goal is to help those kids to never feel alone again.
I'm very excited today to accept the award on behalf of the Allstate Foundation and all the many agents in the Kansas City metropolitan area. We love our partnership with the Boys and Girls Club. In fact, the cornerstone of our foundation is youth empowerment, and there is not a better partner for youth empowerment than the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kansas City. The amount of work that is done and the individual touches across the metro to help the youth and to empower them is just amazing, and we're really proud and excited to accept this award, so thank you. And now I'm very excited to introduce and recognize 16-year-old Malakhi from the Olathe unit for Youth of the Year.
This is a collect call from Jackson County Jail for inmate Michael Kelly. Say yes if you would like to accept this call. Yes. I remember picking up the phone, wondering who this could be. The next 3 words stopped time when he said, "I'm your dad." I was confused or even lost because my entire life he wasn't even thought of. I thought he meant the world to me, but it changed when I was 13 years old when I realized I needed a father to raise me. They say it takes a village to raise a child, but for me, it's a Boys and Girls Club. Then I looked back at my mom's eyes and she was smiling. I realized the tears and sorrow were caused by being a single mother. She did it for me. In her own words, just keep pushing. My mom knew she couldn't do it alone. That's when she enrolled my sisters and I to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kansas City. It was a backbone for my mom and a second parent for me. This is a place where you get some homemade fire food, feel safe, and feel loved. See, before I was confused on who I was, who I wanted to be, and who I wanted to become. The Boys and Girls Club gave me a mic when no one would listen. They saw I wanted to be confident when I couldn't be confident in myself. They saw the best future in me when I couldn't see it myself. My favorite YDP Michigan has influenced me in many ways at the Boys and Girls Club. He has taught me how to live in today's society as a young black man. He has given me tips and advice on how to conduct myself with the police brutality and authority. Mr. Gary praises me when I'm doing good and gets on me when I'm doing the wrong decisions. Me and Mr. Gary have a lot of laughable moments when we're just sitting down talking to one another. Some qualities that Mr. Gary have that I want to see in myself is generosity, humor, a leader, and maturity. These qualities make Mr. Gary a great role model and someone I look up to. The Boys and Girls Club is full of what may not have been fathered my life by placing people who love and care about me. Eventually, after high school, I will attend culinary school and hopefully own my own chain of fast food restaurants. My name is Malakhi Hill, and I will become somebody.
Hello, my name is Terry Wilson, and I am pleased and honored to be the Volunteer of the Year for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Kansas City. I've been hooked on the mission of the clubs and their work with youth and teens in the most disadvantaged areas of our community since I made my first club tour over 20 years ago. All of our youth have no control over the neighborhoods that they're born into or the circumstances that they're born into, but they all deserve a chance to survive, thrive, and succeed. The French philosopher Voltaire once said that life is like a game of cards. You can't control the hand you're dealt, only in how you play the hand. I'd like to introduce a young lady, a competitor for Youth of the Year, who has played her hand very well. I am pleased to introduce Amina.
Growing up, there were times when I didn't have someone there for me, like when I lost confidence in my body image and didn't eat unless my mom was there. She had me when she was 16 and my dad was an alcoholic. Even after she left him, taking my younger siblings and I with her, there were times when I didn't have someone there because she and then later my stepdad would be busy working to provide for us. But about 2 years ago, we moved to Kansas City, and for the first time, we lived close to a Boys and Girls Club. Being at the club around others helped me realize that I needed to take better care of my body and health. The club also gave me many opportunities I would have never had otherwise. I got to chaperone a 4-5 group field trip last year. I've won 3 scholarships from the club worth $1,600. And by giving me this, the club has made me more confident that I will get to go to college. Then when I became the president of the Keystone Club, a leadership group that helps our club and community, I helped to plan a fundraising event for our members to go to the Keystone Conference in Washington, D.C., although sadly that got canceled due to the pandemic. Along that, the club has been a lot of help for my family during this difficult time. It gave my younger siblings a safe and fun place during the summer, while now during virtual schooling it's helping me because instead of being at home trying to take care of my younger siblings while doing Zoom calls and doing assignments, I'm at the club when we each have a staff member there to help us. I'm sure that without the club, my grades wouldn't be looking as well as they are now. The club also helped me reconnect with my passion for art through the MAM program, and now I am happily working on a comic that shows the dangers that humans can bring to the environment. I am set to graduate high school in only 3 years with an associate's degree while taking care of my body and doing things that I enjoy. I will be the first in my family to go to college. I will be an electrical engineer, and I will be a role model for my younger siblings. I also want to thank the club for giving me the Keystone program, the MAM program, and a community that gave me confidence.
Wow, what amazing speeches. Each of you did an excellent job. The Youth of the Year program develops club members who are well-rounded and knowledgeable spokespersons for their club and community. We've just heard what incredible speakers these young people are, but the Youth of the Year competition includes much more than just the speeches you heard tonight. It also includes one-on-one interviews with our panel of judges, written essays, community service activities, and academic achievement. At this time, I would like to recognize our panel of judges who have been charged with the difficult task of choosing our 2021 Youth of the Year. Jamie Fleer with Heartland Coca-Cola, Rebecca Hall with Hall Family Foundation, Dr. Christy Harrison with Kansas City Public Schools, Michelle McConnell with Evergy, and Dave Paris with Blunt International. Our judges have spent a great deal of time over the past few weeks reviewing packets, interviewing each candidate, and viewing the recorded speeches you just watched. And they have determined a winner. Before we announce that winner, I would like to recognize each of our 2021 Youth of the Year finalists one more time. Jimena from the Breidenthal Unit, Aleisa from the Hawthorne Unit, Savion from the Independence Unit, Ady from the J&D Wagner Unit, Malakhi from the Olathe Unit, and Sanay from the Thornberry Unit. Congratulations to all of our finalists on their outstanding achievements. You all did a fantastic job, but unfortunately, there can only be one winner. Tonight's winner serves a one-year term as the representative and spokesperson for the thousands of youth served by Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Kansas City. He or she will have the opportunity to address various groups on important youth issues, as well as appear in local media and join me in speaking to influential business, civic, and government leaders. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our 2021 Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Kansas City Youth of the Year winner is Aleisa from the Hawthorne Unit.
I am very excited to be named the 2021 Youth of the Year, and I would like to thank my family for believing in me and my mom for never giving up on me. I would also like to thank the club for all the opportunities and experiences that they have provided me with to get here today. And I'd like to give a shout out to my favorite staff member, Ms. Tia, for believing in me throughout this whole journey and staying there by my side. And I'd just like to thank everybody for watching my speech. Thank you.
Congratulations to our winner and to all our fantastic Youth of the Year finalists for a job well done. Once again, thank you to everyone who made tonight possible, and thank you to all of you who tuned in tonight. Please continue to support our club kids, and remember, whatever it takes for our kids, we will do it. Be safe, and we look forward to seeing everyone in person very soon. Have a good night.